By way of example, this is a high-rise project in downtown Manhattan. We were brought in on after it went bankrupt. It was designed by an internationally famous architect whose name will remain out of this. But it had undulating facades. Yes, it was in a luxury area. And yes, it went under partially because it got caught in the economic cycle. But actually, I don't think that's the real case, even though everybody thinks that. This building was costing $750 a square foot. And nobody even knew if it could be built. Unfortunately, while it was an internationally famous architect, the architect had never built an apartment building in Manhattan or an apartment building anywhere. He was known for museums and shopping malls. So one thing when you're picking an architect, make sure he's done exactly what you are building 10 times over. Now what we did here in order to make this project work was this building was 100,000 feet and the construction cost was $75 million. It stopped because the developer didn't have enough money to finish it, frankly. But it was even more than that. The building was over-designed, it was too creative, and I don't even think it would have ever gotten built because I don't think anybody knew how to build it. Now what did we do? Same exact 100,000 foot building. I think it's just as nice. I think it's nicer than that building. More contextual to the neighborhood. But most importantly, this building was $35 million to build versus the same square footage for $75 million. The price, the sales price of the condos, I don't know, but I think they're the same. I don't think people were paying an extra $40 million for that facade design. So all we did was took the same envelope, made it more contextual, made it simpler, and saved $40 million, which resulted in the job moving forward. So, when it comes to the construction number on our budget, okay, you got your general construction, which will be a lump sum price, hopefully. There's also a construction manager on bigger jobs. Okay, then you've got your site work might be bid out separately. Site work could be in an urban setting is just as simple as a sidewalk. In a suburban setting, it could be landscaping, off-site work, parking lots. You may have community facilities. You're going to have site construction. You've got permit expenses. You've got inspections from the building department. And this list, depending on the size of your project, goes on and on and on and on. But one thing, don't forget at the end, you put contingency. You should always be carrying a 10% contingency on smaller jobs, maybe 5% on bigger jobs. But know one thing, if you under budget and you raise the money for the project and you go over budget, either you have to get that money out of your pocket or borrow it at a very expensive cost. But there's one key thing. If you don't start with the right construction budget, you're doomed to fail. Cut.